You will use double poke bottom lane. So they're going to go rumble bottom lane. They swap rumble down there, and it does have a lot of damage early on. So also pairs with that Varus to be a very aggressive bottom lane. Resets, come over for a little bit, make sure they can secure it, and quite nice for the team overall, as well as UG. Fairly efficient from UG, well, as he might go for a gank on Kaney here.
Yeah, nice sidestep from Kaney, getting away from the unraveled earth, and uses the shuffle to get UG underneath the turret. He tanks up 2 turret shots. First blood to APA regardless. We're playing the 2v2 more so than focused on UG, and UG's been getting this lead himself.
I agree to an extent.
Nicely controlled early pace for them.
Yeah.
Dignitas here gonna have to choose their moment wisely to get back into this.
It's such a low damage jungler that the magic resist stack from the Orin just becomes so much more powerful. They need to bring Tomo if they want a chance of killing Impact, which just ruins their
still got stunned up right there, has to use Emperor's Divide. One becomes lightning landed, flash over the wall. Kaney gets out of there, but that's the teleport in. Dignitas are now looking to commit to the fight, but Serti goes straight into 3 members of Team Liquid. Has to regroup with the rest of the team. UG taking a lot of damage here. Serti has not gone down yet. The bailout used, but it's not enough. UG goes down, flash over the wall from Serti. He gets separated from the rest of the team as Dignitas do find one, but I think they will sacrifice their top laner for this. Mission gets Serti out.
He might get out
over the wall. Impact's right there, but do they have the damage? Now Yeon's looking to chase it as well. Knock up from Impact. APA with the kill.
I was on their team just because I'm worried about Talia at the moment.
Yeah?
APA could have a very big game.
Yeah.
We did mention Serti
away from the seismic shove, so TL try and make a play. Dignitas absorb it, but the Herald has been dropped, so it looks like the play will continue.
And they should be able to chain this mid tower into control for the Dragon. We're only 25 seconds away from APA.
Yeah.
And then again, they keep their Dragon stacking going here for TL, so still all according to plan for them.
Yeah, I don't know. Liquid is just going to take this turret now in the next wave.
Team Liquid have been doing this. They've been grouping up not just for the Dragons, but for every little objective in the side lanes. But early game, it has been more about Kaney and the action happening around that Azir.
Ooh, the buffed up Horizon focus
speaking of, ooh, nice handshake from Core JJ, denying the Emperor's Divide. I mean, talk about also difficulty of finding the engage. We'll get back to that, though, because Weaver's Wall again from APA. He is hit by the Chain of Corruption, but in comes Impact. Tomo now caught out of position as UG looking for him, but Shaden playing goalie. Tomo, everyone's trying to keep him alive, but APA still finds the flank. Pulls it back in, and Impact dives forward. Tomo goes down. Everything used to kill the carry. Team Liquid will find their man.
Wow, they really
will get pushed in.
Serti's going to base and TP back onto the bottom wave, so he's going to try and flank, but now it's a 4v5.
Another Weaver's Wall. They're focused in onto Kaney right now. The Azir's in trouble, has to flash away. Call the Forge God lands everything onto the Azir. Kaney will fall, and Team Liquid find a pick before the drag. I mean, the way they layered those ults, APA blocking the path, then the hostile takeover from Core, locking them in place, everything committed. They don't need to win a big fight. If you kill Kaney, there's no contest. That's Dragon. Specifically, APA having a much better look so far against Dignitas. As speaking of,
no flash, no flash.
Stunned into the wall, no escape, but he's not taking that much damage. Bailout used from Core JJ, but there's just no way a kill's coming through. APA picked, shut down. Serti now in some trouble here. Team Liquid look to find their own pick, but Serti gets back to the rest of the team. Needlework to buy some space. Impact jumping back towards Core JJ as Yeon actually goes forward right now, dancing around. Shaden can't get the Excel's Impact into the wall, and that's a lot of rem stacks from Yeon. That's a lot of damage! And Shaden will go down despite the impale. Kaney's trying to bail out, jump out of the fight. Dignitas find one, and then they crumble. Team Liquid on the Baron.
And look at the worm spawning exactly at 25 minutes. It lines up perfectly for Team Liquid. APA would type something in all chat if everyone didn't have him muted, because they absolutely win the game off of that pick.
Yeah, you can tell Kaney's like, all right, I'm out of here. Teleport down to the bottom side. Maybe I'll be able to get one tower. He's trying to work towards that tower objective bounty, but TL will be happy.
Oh,
do you think we'll get a mic check in here soon of somebody from Dignitas saying it's okay, just teleport bot, push the wave in. It's gonna be fine. As even APA is trying to find his own solo kill down there. Baron into Otacon, and Dignitas can't even get a turret. Yeah, this is looking
towards
like
Yeon and UG, and Yeon is not letting them get away with it.
Yeon just outplays him here as Shaden is trying to get a slam into the wall. Dig didn't
have the confidence when you're against a Skarner with the ultimate to say, no, I will just outplay. And Yeon doing just that. Now 2-0-3 as Liquid get another turret.
Yeah, I mean, and we should really, really just re-highlight how important Baron is for this team since they are fairly short range. They go for another Talia wall play to try and cut someone off. Don't quite catch anyone this time around, but again, they still have the Baron buff to siege with.
Yeah, and Dignitas, they're going to have to try their best to hold this turret, but also the bot side shoving in means that they just don't really have an angle to fight through.
Yeah, and the other reason Baron will be so important for them is because the engage is so bad for Dignitas, it's much safer to split up and actually run like 4-1, 3-2s just because the engage is so slow or unreliable for Dig, so they can get Baron waves in both mid and bot here and probably pretty easily break both of these inhibitors.
So looking like that bottom inhibitor will fall any moment now. As Dignitas, like you said, really the only engage, unless Kaney wants to throw his body in there, is that Chain of Corruption. Tomo is going to have to find a big one here, as they do actually find Impact a little bit. Some chunk onto him, but Team Liquid have already taken the one inhibitor and shoved in another wave, meaning the Dignitas have to back off, clear that wave down. And it's just a slow bleed from this position. Team Liquid are playing this very, very patiently.
Yeah, this game was likely over at the Hextech Soul, but Yeon is trying to make sure it's over.
Woo! Just disgusting gameplay on our screen right there. He takes a solo kill very far in enemy territory. Now there's no territory for Dignitas. But the big shuffle. Everyone's in the bouncy house. He makes it to the fountain. Yuji goes down. Team Liquid, does this stop the assault? I don't think so. They still have full health bar in APA. Yeon focused on the Nexus. Team Liquid make quick work of game number 1.
Very well played game 1 by Team Liquid. Slow, controlled, but fast in the end because it was a 20.
First Smolder, I guess, globally. But that's going to be a Victor lock-in from Team Liquid. Now we have a full idea of the compositions. Which one do you guys like most?
I mean, TL's is way easier to play, right? Like, theirs is super simple, lots of engage, really good front line.
Notice that number was red instead of blue.
Very interesting.
Black Cleaver might benefit from that.
Honestly, though, really good from Dignitas again.
Walking through.
Serti started fading towards the bottom side, but Dignitas say they're not contesting. We can just take this. That is 2 dragons.
Team Liquid's going to be strong enough to contest them with all the push and vision control that Dig has.
Oh, maybe a flash engage here. Immediate follow-up from Yeon. They're trying to lock down Isles. Pop Blossom used, but no follow-up, and he will go down. First blood around 13 minutes. Have the ultimate to join in the fight.
Shell might want to fight this because they have Impact there first. So if JJ could find a snap engage. No flash, though.
Yeon can always follow up as well. Shaden using the Twisted Advance to get away from the gravity well, and now the engage comes in onto the clone. Isles in safety as Shaden now looks for the re-engage, but teleport is coming in from Serti very deep. Team Liquid might not see him yet. He's in the alcove. Serti coming in now onto APA. Big combo! Flash out from APA as Yuji now looks to turn back around. Big heal from Serti. They don't have enough to follow up, but now the Pop Blossom from Isles. The team fight from Dignitas. They find the engage. They just don't have the damage to get a kill.
Big Pop Blossom visually, not actually, because it was onto a Scion and to a Pantheon who was channeling his E to reduce all of the damage.
And it could have been good because they had
now Serti's in trouble. Oh, Team Liquid stuck around. Dignitas did not respect it. Now Team Liquid have full control.
I was going to get the whole tower here from that. It could have been so good for Dignitas with him being split off from the rest of the team. You know, that's why they go so hard for that engage.
The objective bleed temporarily with this Rift Herald. They have a chance of setting up the Cloud Drake first now to make it more ability to have a bunch of CSs. TL is actually taking turret for gold here while they're giving away third Drake. So let's get back to live here. They give away the third Drake to keep the gold as close as possible on the map here, getting a tier 2 inner turret.
Ran the Herald topside into 2 different turrets.
So they're really going to be all in on this soul fight now with their inventory. So they're just making sure they can get as much gold as possible for that next fight.
Serti will at least get 1 turret, so that's something for Dignitas here. It was about a 2,000 gold lead. That
either the Jace or the Sivir to cut through. So Impact is the strongest member right now.
From the earlier fast play bot side, so that is the turret down.
He needs to get a Black Cleaver because they need something. They have so much physical damage, and they don't have any magic damage from their Maokai because he went Unending Despair first. So it's really, they cannot kill Impact in a 5v5 team fight, and they're hoping he went Sterix second on the Aatrox. So I still think they're going to be weak.
Kaney landing back-to-back chunks onto him. So Dragon's the focus. Shaden's going to try and get into the pit, walk around the gravity well. He gets stunned up by the gravity well, and Yuji gets the Dragon. Dignitas might just try for the fight afterwards. APA and Yeon in a good position, but they have different target selection right now. As Yeon's Serti having a rough look of things as, again, he seems to be the focus right now. Still no flash available. Will pop the World Ender, but Yeon has a lot of damage. CoreJJ taking up some turret shots here as they will claim the feat of warfare.
Don't have any armor shreds still.
Yeah,
there is a Leandry's now built on Shaden. So after the early stop off, like they have some sort of burn, but here goes another TL play.
Yuji on the flank right now, just catches out Kaney, but he goes down. It's actually CoreJJ that falls. The Rakan for the mid lane.
Well ahead of time are always getting to position first and then getting either summoner spells out or large chunks of health out and just pushing Dignitas away from the objective.
Which is impressive considering it's the Maokai, it's the Nico, it's these champions that can always check these brushes, but the fact that Team Liquid have found these windows as they found Serti alone yet again. Flash is available, he's going to try and save it. Will flash, but Yeon still finds the play. Pop Blossom from Isles to start things up over here as APA actually went down. Dignitas find 2 in the mid lane. Double kill to Kaney.
Oh, that's actually huge. It's bigger than the pick on Serti because they've taken down both soul laners and they can turn.
Plus the smite is fierce. No flash available though. So as long as they can keep him out of the pit, this is big for Dignitas, but it might come down to a 50-50. Yuji's posturing for it, taking some damage, taking some poke. He's going in now, goes for the combo, doesn't get the Baron low enough. Yuji went too early, and Dignitas get 2 kills plus the Baron.
Dig Baron strike again. It's actually crazy because the Jace has gone full lethality. When he does sneak a bullet around the Scion, he's really chunking APA or Yeon.
Again, ignore the Scion. He's not the threat.
That one hit the Scion, didn't break the shield at all.
Nope.
I want to
we don't pay attention to those.
Look at this CoreJJ
core
flank because he has been really deep, but there are wards leading up to his position to the rest of Dig, so they will see him coming.
Spotted now. Yep. So they see him, they ping him as well, and flash engage from Impact with the Grand Starfall over the top. They got Tomo. Team Liquid pounce.
Just follow up. Now Team Liquid will march back.
Let's see how much they can get here with no Sivir or Jace for wave clear.
30 seconds. I don't think that they can go for the end. Let's see how hard they want to push, though.
They might try.
Yeah, let's see it. They're going to go for the turret.
Okay.
Diving under a little bit. Impact down to half health. Inhibitor will go down here. But now 15 seconds on Tomo to get through 2 Nexus turrets. Too tall of a task. Team Liquid back up.
Game could be decided in this fight.
And it will come down to who can find the right engage, who can find the damage onto the key carries. Isles jumping onto APA, but he goes into the stasis. Now CoreJJ rooted up. APA is fine. Can reposition with the team. Impacts dies so slowly, but his health is going down, so Team Liquid actually got chunked out.
Yeah, he's going to have to reset and TP back in, but he's got the TP, so he will be another brick wall. Let's see how fast Dig can take this Drake down.
The bigger thing is Yuji's low health now as well. He can't heal up all the way. He's not even going to get into the pit. Doesn't have the Grand Starfall, doesn't have Flash. That is going to be Dragon Soul for Dignitas.
All right, Dignitas with
over again, another shock blast onto core.
This is ridiculous. They're just...
Well, at this point, let's just count.
That's a big Q.
Okay.
Is that enough? No.
Is this going to be the engage? Have the teams finally done a flash forward from Yuji, engage, follow-up from CoreJJ, but the Pop Blossom onto the front line. They're going to take down one. That's a shutdown onto Shaden. Answered in kind by Dignitas. Yuji's out of there, but APA can free fire. Yeon goes back in. Double kill to Yeon. The Kaisa
giving them the Baron.
It's perfect timing for Team Liquid because they can Baron-empowered recall and have plenty of time to go over and put vision for this Elder on the Elder. But now when Team Liquid go for the wave, Dignitas want to push them off of it.
They think maybe if they just play away from Yuji, who's looking for his own flank right here, group up. Kaney's going to walk right into him, though. Yuji is in the brush. Yuji actually does decide to go in, get some damage onto Kaney, but now he's all alone right now. Yuji interrupted on the blast cone, and he's taken out of the fight. Dignitas have claimed one. Impact's buying space for everybody else, but they just can't get enough damage in to threaten Serti. They can threaten Tomo. Almost goes down. Sivir gets out of there. Blinking health bars on members of Team Liquid. Isles cannot land the Pop Blossom, but Team Liquid lose their jungler.
Yeah, and Yeon got so low, he had to back, so it's just APA and Core trying to keep watch of this Elder Dragon.
Yeah.
Remember, Dignitas with the Cloud Soul, they move so quickly. That's how they got Yuji in the first place. Team Liquid, they have to hope for a miracle here.
I mean, they have Smite. TL doesn't. They should be able to secure this. What's TL here for?
APA is going to maybe try and find a fight. Yeah, they back up. Team Liquid say there's no chance of a fight at the Elder. That is earned by Dignitas. I love a team that's consistent, Kobe.
Yeah. Long games.
Let's see, though, with this extra power here, with fully scaled Sivir, full build Sivir here. This is what you're always imagining with this champion. Pushing towards the end of the game, the Maokai ultimate goes in.
The Elder, look at that church.
Underneath the turret, just melting this thing. Shaden's taking a lot of damage, and they actually don't have a wave right now, so Dignitas will trade some of their health bars to get the objective.
It's another one of these things where they can snap engage a fight, but no Maokai ultimate means they have to play this fairly slow.
Yeah,
Yuji's just stopping the next wave from coming in, so they're trying to limit the...
This is not a stage that they're familiar with.
No, and they had a good early game here. Now they're just flying down mid.
They're just snap engaging onto the carries. They got Yeon, has to ult to safety, but APA's in the middle of everybody through the stasis. Will go down. Carries full. Dignitas rise in the series.
Too fast! They just run down the mid lane.
The power of the dragons. The dragon soul, the elder dragon buff. They run them down, and Dignitas here are going to push us to a new game. Even it up.
An
1-1.
ace for Isles' life. You take that trade. Dignitas, bless us all. We have not seen more than 3 games in a best-of-5 Fearless in the North. Dignitas will push us to game 3 and even the record, making it 1-1. We'll at least have a game 4.
What a game there. It's got to be a big confidence builder for Dignitas because it was a situation where they had...
Almost 50 minutes. And you're like, you know what? If I had been collecting souls that whole time,
that would have been way easier.
that would be sick.
I would have been shooting from a screen away.
It's good when we're playing against Dignitas.
But on this too, and he just doesn't have the priority from bot side, so Yuji just wasted a little bit of time. He walks over to back towards bot jungle and says, nope, cannot contest that.
Yeah, good read overall by Dignitas. Yeon had based on Senna.
It was a very good interrupt from CoreJJ. He interrupts Isles first, and then APA knocks him back.
Ooh,
and
Katie taking a lot of damage here. Yuji was hiding in the brush. Now flashes over, charmed up. APA with the bomb for the kill.
That is quite nice, and now they will at least be able to deny a single grub, so you don't get the credit for the feats or the might.
That's crazy, though, that they were able to get that second kill on APA Ziggs. And I want to talk about Kaney and APA and their champion pools. APA's had a much...
just hovering nearby. CoreJJ's linked up with Yuji. And now they're going to go for their own engage here. CoreJJ jumps in onto Isles. Has the Hex Flash, as now Yuji goes back in. Big damage onto the Leona. Now they turn their attention onto Tomo, but Yuji went in, did not have the backup of the team. Heartbreak is not enough. Yuji's still alive. Senna keeping him up. Finally, the junglers go down. Now it's going to come down to the 80 carries. APA and Tomo position against each other, but CoreJJ is actually out of there. APA does not have the sustain.
That's crazy. No
play goal with the Ziggs in the game as well. Kind of scary right there as Root onto Isles. Yeon chasing. Yuji as well. They lock down Isles, but he's trying to just tank up all the cooldowns, all the abilities, so Tomo can free fire. Isles lives for long enough, but does finally fall. Impact joins in. Kaney chases down another kill, but Shaden's in trouble. Charm lands up on Impact, but a double kill already for Team Liquid. Stop laner, make it more. Serti carries the last embrace into his team as he will fall. Kaney trying to escape now. Impact chasing down. Doesn't have the flash available, but the slow from Yeon through his top laner. Locked down the mid laner. TL show up tested, unthreatened. It's not going to go great for Dignitas, as currently they do control the access point to the Dragon. Team Liquid coming from mid lane.
Last fight, Impact had a big effect, and he's flanking now on the Renekton.
Okay, who's going to mark the Crocodile? Instead, they're just going to go in. Isles looks for the engage, but Shaden rooted up. Still onto the Dragon. A little split focus from Dignitas right now. His Impact is just 1v2ing on the side. On a rampage. Dragon is secured by Shaden, but the fight is going awry. Team Liquid will pick up 3 members. Double kill over to Impact as it's Shaden and Tomo running for the hills here. Impact still stunning up Tono. Under the turret, takes up 1 shot. Yeon looking for even more. They get onto Shade, and that's 4 to Team Liquid.
Last fight, Impact's everything, and this time he walks on over with his Rage Bar charged and rips him apart.
This is the Impact game.
Yeah.
For sure. He had the Ornn, he had the Scion, but it's the Renekton that has been by far his most effective pick in this series. He completely...
Turret is going to go down very quickly. They've got the Ziggs already in mid lane. Boom, that thing's down. That's all outer turret.
It's fast in the late game, it turns out.
And they still get a lot of gold even when the plates are down. And I think that last fight, if you're the Dignitas coaching staff for the Dignitas players, as Shaden is again, they're just going to try for another fight. They're down so much, they're going to go
play
for it.
here. The Herald's already picked up. Isles looks for the engage onto APA, flash away from the Ziggs. Now they turn onto Core, also has the flash. Team Liquid, they're getting out of this one. Nice route from Yeon there to buy space for his support to get away. Serti now has to retreat. Team Liquid now controlling the waves.
Yeah, they even turn around and do some damage.
Yeah.
They know they have no teleport on Impact. They're like, it's fine. We can push you off. Impact rotates over from their side lane push. The Rift Herald opens up mid.
Oh, they're so strong. A Fed Senna.
They're teleporting in. They're going to throw
They're
it.
just going to
They're
try.
actually going to contest. Here comes Kaney. Straight in onto a Renekton right now. Team Liquid are in onto the Otacon. They've gotten shredded down. It is secured. Yuji got it now, engaging onto Shaden. Impact chasing him out of there. Flashes over the wall. Dignitas, don't lose a member yet, but the last whisper. Dawning Shadow. Yeon picks up.
14%. The highest it had ever been before this was in 2021 when it was 10%, and then 6 months after that got dropped to 2.7%. Now it's at 14. I did talk to the designers about this though, and they thought with current itemization in the current landscape that she was just felt so weak they didn't think 10% would be enough, so they just jacked it up to 14. And here we are. Well, it's interesting and fearless, right? Because some Sennas look like this, and some Sennas look useless.
Sure,
it's the scaling right now, where I feel like once you get over the curve, you're just taking over games.
We won't see it again in this series, as looks like we're pretty much done with this game here. Team Liquid already knocking onto the inhibitors with their 7,000 gold lead. They took the 4th dragon for themselves, denying the stacking from Dignitas. Dig couldn't even walk up to try and contest that one. And now their base is starting to crack. The Ziggs really comes online here. Can just shred through these objectives.
Try a bit of engage on Impact, but they can't get anything. He just dashes away. No flank teleport wards to get in behind them, which would be another play.
Really no wards at all. A couple on the top river right now, but that's not where Team Liquid's looking, as instead they look to engage here onto Serti. He's a tank, but he is getting shredded down here. Yeon with the Black Cleaver does hurt. Serti just can't get away. Has to flash another Dawning Shadow. CoreJJ picks up the kill as Team Liquid look to put the final touches on this game. No more frontline. Dignitas running back to the fountain. They'll lose their support as Kaney will just wait underneath the turrets for the waves to come in.
Wow, I mean, Dignitas had been the team that can stall games out. This is one where they're losing in peace. This is a 23-minute game. They're ready to go next.
23.5 on the clock as Team Liquid did not lose a member in that fight. They take down one Nexus turret, one more between them and a Game 2 victory. It's Tomo and Kaney. They're going to have to find a miracle play. Big damage from Tomo there. Does actually push Team Liquid back a little bit, and I think that Team Liquid feeling shaken from that. They don't want to commit for the game end.
They have huge bounties, and everyone on Dig is alive.
This is really their best chance of a team fight win. If they get that one kill, Shaden can reset. That could be something.
This is the most efficient way to farm souls, too, for Yeon. With all 3 minion waves right here.
Ooh, Isles missing the ultimate as well. Now Impact goes in. Isles just getting chunked down here. There's just no shot for Dignitas. Team Liquid were inevitable in this game. Impact doesn't even die to the fountain. Team Liquid go up 2-1 in the series.
Okay. That was a bit of a blasting. You got APA Ziggs, you got the Senna, who, and APA.
Impact said he wanted to show us something new there. Silence for Impact.
It actually is so good, because you have the chains to close the distance with the Sejuani. Definitely want to see that 2v2.
Objectives for gold on Lilia. If he can start to get some counter jungling, it would be best. But I say Yuji's timing on this is exceptional. Shaden's gotten nothing. And in terms of which team is chilling the most in a 0-0 game, I kind of think it's going to be TL, because they have the tank. Silas can also be relatively tanky later in the game.
Just burst down this dragon while they still have the threat of it. Yuji's now here with APA and Impact behind him. No bot laners will be present, and that is dragon secured by Serti of all players. Dignitas get the objective, as now can they get out of the pit? It's going to come down to flashes. That's a flash from Shaden, Kaney, and Serti jump.
I mean, they're okay with that. They didn't want to take a 3v3. It would have been relatively close, but they'd already burned the Lily ultimate, so nice to flash out.
Oh, and there's the red gun from Yeon. He's ready for the fight. Wild Growth, or rather CoreJJ ulting Yeon right there, but Tomo's still fancying the fight, chasing forward with the pressy attack. Big damage onto Yeon. CoreJJ has to flash as well. Isles kicking him back. The 2v2.
Been worth it for Team Liquid to get gold onto APA. Tristana was one of his most played when Team Liquid went undefeated in the regular season of 2024 summer, so it's a style they're really used to playing.
The classic wait 5 seconds and the answer, or the question will be answered. As now Herald up for Dignitas here. Team Liquid are teleporting in. That's APA joining up, so that scares away Dignitas. They will back off the Herald. No kills. 16 minutes, 40 seconds in. Team Liquid will get themselves another objective.
Yeah, honestly, too, I think they should be able to rotate over to the Dragon afterwards. They've got almost the perfect timing here. You know, the Dragon now going to be like 15 seconds. They can finish up this Rift Herald. They're already teleporting behind bottom lane.
Impact has Gnarl too. He took it,
but he's
from
alone.
The top lane.
He's alone. There's no TP from APA, so Dignitas, they actually don't want to collapse onto it. There was a small window where if they had spotted that, maybe they'd go for it.
Okay, Sejuani's going for a topside play instead of coming down to counter the Dragon here. So they want the tower money instead. Money above all else for Team Liquid for APA.
Serti does hit Mega. Ooh, dodges out.
Oops.
Little sidestep there as UG misses. And now flash out from APA. Serti went in aggressively, but this turret is falling. Now he's going to be all alone. So it is the kill traded. Gold over to Team Liquid as they'll run the Herald into another turret.
That's even more gold since they got the kill and the turret that they were already in for. So like,
or engage. So if TL makes himself too strong, Impact with the flank.
Not quite able to land the chains, but they get the engage onto Isles all the same. Yeon with the kill credit. Team Liquid find the play as Shaden jumps in there. Now back away. Team Liquid will push down another turret. That is all outer turrets claimed. Kaney teleporting in into the pit. Team Liquid now going over the pit with UG. UG might just look for the steal. Arctic Assault in with the smite. Could be it. Dignitas taking a lot of damage here on the side from the likes of Yeon, from the likes of APA.
Serti lost Mega, Impact got
it. Yep, that's Team Liquid, the core four pushing away Dignitas while UG just walks around, smites the Dragon. Team Liquid denies Soul Point.
Yeah, good job. They kind of move around the outside, wait out the Gnar, and once he goes back to Mini, plus the chunk of extra damage, Impact is actually stopping.
They're going Otacon. Yeah, Impact stopping the backs. Even if he dies, as long as they get the Otacon, it's got to be worth it. Flashes over the wall. In goes Kaney. Impact just trying to buy time for the team. Kaney has to flash forward. One more auto. Shut down claimed. But Team Liquid focus on the objective.
Yeah, they'll say that's worth. Let's see. They're at 9 blossoms right now. Otacon will pick up all the remaining flowers from the map, plus make them 50% more effective.
I like it. You're like, yeah, they say that.
There's some blue in those bars in the middle right now, yeah. Let's see if that sticks for very long here as the turret mid lane will fall there.
Minion wave is almost all the way up to the tower, so
they can kill Baron very fast with Aphelios. Impact's just buying time again.
He's gonna finish and get the gold off the tower.
That is the little team Lullaby. He's able to buffer it a little bit here, but the damage comes through from Kaney. Impact's just trying to maybe trade onto Shaden, does not have enough, does go down. Team Liquid now onto the Baron. The rest of Dignitas are gonna try and push them off. Tomo with the Breath of Life
they're not gonna finish.
Back up. The Baron is still available. Shaden's over the wall. He flashes in, does not get the Baron. UG secures it.
Down so much. The tendency, I think, can be that you're expecting a little bit of damage come. Maybe you try and combo your spells early.
Ooh, but it's actually Impact in the side lane yet again right now, but he's just hard comboing onto Kaney. Flashes in, will get the kill.
He got
to work for it.
Impact's good for one, even in the 2v1 on the side lane. So the rest of TL with that Baron buff, they're going to go right through this tower.
Yeah, they want to lock right now. Yeon not having IE yet, but he does have the Bloodthirster Overshield, the Barrier, and the Lulu Shield. He didn't burn any summoners in that last Baron, so they're very confident pushing up to this next turret.
And Tomo has no flash, so it's very dangerous for him to walk off when UG has the Glacial Prison. Yes, you have Breath of Life in your back pocket from Isles, but still going to be tough, as they have to just watch as their inhibitor will go down. How much more do Team Liquid want right now? They have Baron and Power Cannon. They're just engaging on Isles, just blown up. Team Liquid take one turret, looking for another one. Teleport in from Serti. I don't think Dignitas were ready for this one. Team Liquid were inevitable. It was more than 3 games, but the 3TL1 were dominant. Team Liquid look to make another lower bracket run happen, as they will push in the waves, take out Kaney under the fountain. Do they want to die for the kills, die for the KDA? They don't need it. Team Liquid take the series.
I thought we could win without it, and then we got kind of like through a couple times, and it made the game really hard to end the game.
How's the practice been overall this week? Because yeah, you guys got thrown into the losers bracket. Like, it kind of has that spring 2024 vibes, where you guys had to make that run to the finals. You guys ended up winning it. So how's the practice been, and what's the mentality been like overall for you?
To be honest, our practice the last couple weeks has been kind of bad, but it's getting better, apparently, I think. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I'm sure it's been getting better.
Sure.
Hopefully it's been getting better. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
I hope that you'd know. But also, yeah, that's fair. But what's the mentality been like for you and as a team? Because obviously Spawn comes through. You guys have been having the jungle swaps. This time it didn't happen. Where have you been at?
To be honest, I've been like slightly out of energy out of it because of it, but it is lower bracket. We just have to make do with it and then go hard for the next 2 weeks.
Sounds about right. And tomorrow we will be seeing Shopify Rebellion versus 100 Thieves. Any predictions for that matchup?
I mean, I kind of like Demonte, but I hope Ayla wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any thoughts if you were to go up against 100 Thieves?
I mean, they've been looking better, but it's been like an up and down for them. I'm just excited to play against them again. I feel like we always meet them every especially in every lower bracket besides last split.
All right, appreciate you. Thank you for the interview. Gonna be sending this one straight to the lounge.
Thank you, Raz and Yeon. I love
Yeon was so confident.
I know, he was like,
practice is
I think our practice
maybe?
is kind of improving.
I think.
Yeah,
Could
maybe.
be.
Hopefully.
Perhaps.
Hopefully. Also, within that game, Core JJ passes Smithy to move into 10th all-time in NA wins. With
He has been in NA for a long time. How many of those wins were with Core JJ as an AD carry?
Ooh, I actually do not remember. But it
Dignitas
was not.
Core
It
JJ,
was not.
the AD carry prodigy.
It was not a good
One
time
of
for
NA's
them.
proudest exports.
True.
You know, send him out to Korea.
He won a
help them win a
world title.
world championship.
Yeah.
He didn't even have to play his main role. That's how easy the LCK is.
I
Just
love
rolls
the
off.
spin. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Pretty
That's
incredible
amazing. They should get you in advertising. The big thing to me, Yeon kind of said it in the interview, where a lot of TL's wins were really one-sided,
Yeah.
and then their one loss was very, very close. An interesting thing I thought is I did think the swap was super interesting. We talked about how they really tried to pigeonhole Impact into something that he was not comfortable on. But then you ended up getting APA, one of his ultimate comfort picks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I do think it's a really good strategy. I don't think it really mattered that much, honestly, in this series. But that's something I've been wanting to see more of when you get Game 4, Game 5 in Fearless. There's already, 8 champions for your role taken away, and that's not even including potential flex picks that could have been played in another role. So you might be 10, 12 champions deep for one role, and then you can 4 or 5 ban one person, take away a pick, and then all of a sudden you're playing your 15th best champion or something. And for players who have spent a lot of their career playing 4 or 5 of the most meta champions and kind of sticking with that, they are potentially very vulnerable.
Yeah. We'll be back to talk about that. We're going to join Raz with an interview with Serti.
Thank you for taking the time to do the interview, Serti. So overall, it's been a kind of a roller coaster of a split. Any thoughts from your side, just reflecting on it?
Should I grab the mic or?
Oh yeah, you can want to.
Okay, sure. I think we were getting a lot better during the split. We had a lot of hiccups. We wasted a lot of time in practice where we weren't actually building upon things and improving. And I think that was an issue for a lot of the bottom half teams. The issue would it come down to the fact that the teams that improve in NA were the teams that will end up winning, because the overall level isn't that high compared to Korea, for example. But we just weren't able to do that.
And just talk me through some of your own personal things that you want to work on going into the next split, because of course you go through a split, it's a bit of a tunnel. Looking back on it, what's something that you feel like you want to get better at going into split 3?
A big thing that I want to get better at is in regards to nerfs. I play a lot worse on stage. I have less of a clear vision of how things are meant to be. I play more conservative at times that I shouldn't be playing conservative, and I give up too much. And that's a big issue of mine, which I need to work on. I'm not really sure how to, but I'll figure it out,
True, and any kind of positive stories about the split? Because feels like group of guys have always been, at least I've seen some jovialness over there. So any positive stories that you guys have had, or any kind of shout outs you want for the team?
Not sure about positive stories. We go to escape rooms sometimes together, which is fun. Obviously, we enjoy that, and it's a good way to reset the vibes after you've been losing and things have been rough, because it can be hard to recover from that without getting out of the game. But for shout outs, just thank you to my family, thank you to my team. I think everybody on my team improved a lot throughout the split. I think that they got a lot better, and I think that they are able to compete with some of the best in the league. They just need to be a few more steps taken forward. But yeah, thank you for my family, my girlfriend who comes out to every match, makes us posters, even though she lives an hour away. Thank you to everyone who's supporting me.
And thank you. Looking forward to Split 3, brother. 100%. Thank you for doing the interview. Everyone's going to send this one straight back to the lounge.
Thank you both, Raz and Serti. He said something really interesting, in addition to like the thank yous for everyone, right? And the fact that they're going to be looking ahead to Split 3 now. But when he was like,